Our daily Bible reading for February 1st. Our reading today comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18. Matthew chapter 18. We'll begin reading in verse 1 through verse 14. At that time the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child, he put him in the midst of them, and said, "Truly, I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world for temptations to sin. For it is necessary that temptations come. But woe to the one by whom the temptation comes. And if your hand or your foot causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. For it is better for you to enter life crippled or lame than with 2 hands or 2 feet to be thrown into the eternal fire. And if your eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than with 2 eyes to be thrown into the hell of fire. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. For the Son of Man came to save the lost. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountains and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So it is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish." A few thoughts for today. We have many idiomatic phrases to describe power and its effect on people and organizations. We might say, too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Pardon the expression. These and many other metaphorical expressions give us a sense that this problem still exists today. We see from this passage and others that the disciples, and in one instance James and John's mother, were concerned that their place of notoriety in the kingdom should be known and secured. It is common for many to want the recognition and power of status, but are unwilling to shoulder the burden along the way. When James and John asked to sit on the right and left in the kingdom, they are asked by Jesus if they are able to drink the cup that I drink or be baptized with the baptism I'm baptized with. In essence, are you ready to go through what I will go through? They hastily say yes, not understanding all that lies ahead of them. Time and again, Jesus will lay down the principle that the disciples then and now seem unable to grasp. It's not about power and greatness. It's about humility and service. Jehovah God alone has the lock on power. All power and glory belong to Him alone. The more power we seek for ourselves, the less we will actually have. Jesus then calls a child to himself and compares the attitude of a child to that which we should have. Be like a child, for in this gentleness and guileless behavior is found true greatness, not the ways of the world. Jesus' kingdom would not become the kingdom that Saul, David, or Solomon ruled over. His kingdom would be that of the human heart. Men will seek power, fame, and fortune, but those in God's kingdom will be likened to sheep, lambs, doves, children, servants, and the like. Their desire will be that which lends itself to being last and not first, slaves and not rulers, followers instead of leaders, to be the least instead of greatest. The greatest battles that we may face could be those within us that desire notoriety. Yet those feelings must face the reality that only in meekness shall we find greatness. A question of the day. Have you ever been bothered by the fact that you didn't receive recognition for a project, an idea, or an accomplishment? And finally, a thought to meditate on this day. Observe your environment today, whether work or recreation, shopping, and watch for a power structure that becomes evident, and notice how individuals handle that authority. And those are our thoughts for today, February 1st.